So hey ladies and gentlemen, this week has finally seen the most awaited and the most teased smartphone from OPPO, that is the Realme 1. Realme is a sub-brand from OPPO and it has launched its first smartphone in the name of Realme 1. Now we can also see that OPPO is offering quite a lot of interesting features at the price at which the smartphone is available. You may find many videos regarding the unboxing of the smartphone, a feature list, an in-depth review, but today in this video I shall be talking about some of the features which I personally felt would have been better if OPPO could have included these in this smartphone as well. Now before we start, let me tell you that these all are my personal opinions which I personally felt should be brought into notice, as anyone who would be planning to buy this smartphone will be missing out these features as well. Now you all also let me know what you felt about this smartphone in the comment section down below. So now without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. Now the first thing which you will be missing out is the build quality. Though OPPO has released this smartphone with a freshly new looking design concept, that is the diamond cut back panel, well, the back panel is made out of completely fiberglass and is very much prone to fingerprint and scratches as well. So whenever you place the smartphone on your table or in your pockets, so be ready to expect to see a lot of micro scratches on the back panel of the smartphone as well. Now at this price point, most of the smartphones which are available in the market are shipping with a metal unibody design which is much more durable and scratch resistant as well as fingerprint resistant. So if you are one of those kind of people who love to keep their device fresh looking and a new looking, then you have to invest in a back case which will after all hide the beauty of this device. Now also OPPO has not informed anything about the internal structure of the device, whether the internal PCB is resting on a metal frame or not. So we have to wait until there is a bend test or torture test on this device to confirm whether this device is ready to withstand harsh situations. Now the next important feature is the display glass. OPPO has not mentioned anything about the display protection provided, so we are presuming that it is just a normal hardened glass with a scratch resistant oleophobic coating, but there is no Gorilla Glass or even the Dragon Trail glass, which could have been a better satisfaction for the user's mind that the display can withstand fewer drops and bumps. So again, if there is an accident with this smartphone, then your display shall be shattered. And moreover, this display is a 6-inch Full HD Plus panel and the bezels are also very thin, so bigger the glass panel gets, the more fragile it becomes. Now the next most important feature is the fingerprint sensor. Yes, this smartphone is not offering you any fingerprint sensor. So the new security technique which OPPO has offered to you is the AI based facial recognition technique, but let me tell you guys that there is no dedicated facial recognition sensor in this smartphone. The front camera is the only option for detecting your face, which will not work in dark situations. And the front camera can also be mimicked with photographs, and moreover you have to hold the smartphone at an arm's length to properly let the front camera detect your face and unlock within a second. Now though the face unlock feature is quite snappy and fast, but still you have to hold the smartphone at your arm's length to let the camera properly capture your face image, and moreover you will be missing out the various features of the fingerprint sensor, that is drawing gestures on the fingerprint sensor to simulate to do various tasks, to take a selfie with the fingerprint scanner, to lock your applications with the fingerprint scanner, and much more. So ultimately every time you wish to unlock your phone, you have to literally pick it up from your desk and hold it at an arm's length to unlock it if you do not want to bear the pain of typing your passcode or passkey. Now the next feature which most other smartphones at this price range and even at a price range lower than this is offering is the dual camera setup. Though this smartphone is featuring a 13 megapixel dual. Okay, so sorry guys, the camera stopped recording because it was feeling too hot, so I just took it down and gave it a nice and cool bath in the freezer, and now it is good to go. So the next feature which you shall be missing out is the dual camera setup, as most of the smartphones in this price range are offering you a dual camera setup. Though the Realme is featuring a 30 megapixel single rear camera with an AI assisted bokeh mode, but still what we all tend to miss out is the aperture size. The rear camera on this smartphone is of 13 megapixel f2.2 aperture, while if you go for a dual camera setup, you will easily get an aperture size all the way down up to 0.8. Now for all those who don't know what is aperture, I will be making a separate video very soon. Now for now, just know that lower the value, wider is the aperture and better the camera. So the bokeh mode in this smartphone will be offered with the help of software alone, whereas in the dual camera setup smartphones you'll be getting a software assisted bokeh mode along with a secondary camera which will be actually calculating the depth information, so it will be easy for the software to give you the expected bokeh blur effect. Now the next feature which I don't think many of you would be missing is that this smartphone is not running on stock Android. It is running on OPPO's own ColorOS, which is a highly customized operating system. But since this is not a stock Android, so do not expect frequent updates, do not expect to receive the latest Android version as soon as it launches. And moreover, with updates over time, most of the custom operating systems do tend to eat up a lot of your RAM and ultimately leaving you behind with a less room for all the applications. Now, another big drawback of this smartphone which I felt is the battery. This smartphone is having just 3410 mAh of battery, whereas the smartphone has to run a 6-inch of full HD plus resolution display. Now, to handle such a larger display with such a high resolution, the GPU has to work quite hard, and for that the GPU will be eating up a lot of the battery juice. So if OPPO could have managed to go for at least a 4000 mAh of battery, which most of the smartphones are offering, it could have been a good deal, as you do not need to worry about the battery juice draining away at the end of the day. So that was all for today, guys. These were some of the points which I felt to be sharing with you if you are planning to consider the OPPO Realme 1 smartphone as the next smartphone. Now do make sure to do a detailed study of all of the features available in this smartphone, along with considering these drawbacks, and then make a wise decision. I hope you like this video, guys. Make sure to leave behind a like for this video, and before leaving, subscribe to the channel along with pressing the bell icon beside it so that you don't miss an awesome tech update from my side. See you in my next video. Till then, goodbye.